On August 30th, just 7 weeks after arriving on campus, Baker Mayfield became the first true freshman walk-on quarterback in history to start a season opener at a BCS conference school. That day, he threw for 413 yards and 4 touchdowns while running for another. Texas Tech beat SMU 41-23.
Mayfield on the draw at the 10 to the 5, sidesteps into the end zone. Touchdown, Red Raiders.
We were excited. We knew we got a steal. We had recruited him at other schools, a couple of the coaches here, and were shocked, really, that he didn't have a scholarship. And so we talked to him, told him our situation and our vision for him, and luckily, you know, he showed up and fell into our lap.
Mayfield hails from Lake Travis High School in Austin, Texas, where he led the Cavaliers to a state title his junior year. That season, the team went undefeated, and Mayfield threw for 45 touchdowns with only 5 interceptions. As expected, Division I scholarship offers started coming in from all over the country, and then they stopped.
At the beginning, it was SMU, TCU, and Texas Tech. Those were the 3 schools that you know, he really felt like he would love to go play for. And when Tech offered Webb, TCU ended up, you know, I thought, and I've got some great friends on the TCU staff, I thought they were going to offer him. They ended up calling and saying, hey, we're going to have to make the decision to go with this other kid. You know, that was tough for Baker, and that was tough for us.
A lot of his friends from Lake Travis were recruited and signed early or made verbal commitments early, and he just wasn't getting that. When we saw that the TCU thing wasn't going to happen earlier than Baker realized it, there were a couple other options, and they weren't good options, but Baker at that point was just so frustrated he was going to take one of them.
We were desperate for family peace, and so I called Eric, and he said, Mr. Mayfield, I think Coach has already given that up. And I said, that scholarship. And I said, well, I understand that, Eric. We're actually, believe it or not, thinking about a walk-on situation. He said, really? And I said, yeah, there's a preferred walk-on category. And he said, oh, yes. He said that he would certainly qualify.
Mayfield chose to walk on at Texas Tech, where his former high school teammate Michael Brewer was the starting quarterback. A few months later, Brewer injured his back, and Tech was left with 2 true freshman quarterbacks. After beating out fellow freshman quarterback Davis Webb, Mayfield started the first 5 games for the Red Raiders.
I don't think we got a chance to really realize until probably, I think it was like 4 or 5 days later. James and I said, do you realize what just happened? We really didn't. I mean, it was one of those, you're in that moment, you don't really realize what happened.